going to say is like, and I just felt for some reason like I needed to share this, so I'm just going to say it. It's not really what we were talking about, but I just feel like I needed to say it. So if anybody is thinking about quitting, or like if that's been like something that they're struggling with, like, I don't know if I should do this, whatever, I want you guys to think about what is your life going to be like if you just quit? What is it? What's going to happen? So you're going to go back to, you know, what, like having no accountability for your health and fitness, and you're not going to have a team of support, and you're not going to have all that stuff, and you're just going to go back to whatever it was that you were doing before, right? So like, think about that. Think about how that benefits you, whether this is more beneficial or whether just being like, it's too hard, you know? Because I feel like, I don't know about Jesse, but, you know, I've been doing this for a year, and I've had a lot of people quit, and I've had a lot of people who I spent a lot of time with, and I really thought I saw the potential. I did. You know, and that's one of my downfalls is like when I get on a new coach call and somebody tells me they want this, and they're like, they tell me all their goals and their dreams and their struggles and all this stuff, I get attached to that. And I'm like, yes, like they're going to do this thing, and they're going to change their life, and they're going to, you know, like they're going to have all those things that they tell me they want, and then they don't do anything, or they quit and they give up on themselves, because truthfully, you guys, like, you're not giving up on anybody but yourself. And that's what it comes down to. And I know, like, over the last year, I've been faced with so many times that little guy in here saying, you could just go back to work. You could just go back to work, and it would be safe. It would be so safe. Every week you'll collect a paycheck, and you still have your license, and, you know, you'll be fine. You would be fine. You could go right back to like barely paying your bills, but you know what? You always got by, you know? You know, you grew for a year, and you tried this thing out, and like, you could just go back to what you did before. It would be way easier, and people wouldn't give up on you, and people wouldn't, you know, customers wouldn't frustrate you and all this stuff. And you know, you wouldn't have to deal with all that. But I know that at the end of the day, it's not anybody's job. It's not my upline. It's not anybody's job but mine. And if I give up, I'm only giving up on me. So I can't do that, you guys, and you guys shouldn't either. Like, don't give up on you, because I know also too that like the tools that you've been given, I know that vital behaviors are like, so it is not sexy what we do behind the scenes. Like, you guys having all these conversations of like doing all this stuff that we do, like it's not this fabulous thing that like is on our newsfeed, right? Like, it's work. But it's worth it. It's so worth it. And anything in life, no matter what, whether it's this or something else, anything in life that's worth having is going to take some sacrifice. That's the other thing too I wanted to mention to you guys. If you're newer, somebody asked me like, oh my God, you went diamond in 30 days. Like, my husband doesn't even support me, and he thinks this is BS. And like, I can't even, you know, I work full time, blah, blah, blah. So did I. And you know what I did? I signed up, and I was like, I told my husband, I sat him down, and I said, I know you don't believe in this, but you're going to give me 30 days or don't. I don't care. Like, take it or leave it. This is what I'm doing. But if you're going to stay here and ride this out with me, you're going to give me 30 days to commit to this and like do it. And I'm like going to come home from work, and I'm going to work on my business. And that's what I did. Like, I didn't sleep the first month, I feel like. But I was so hungry. I was so hungry for change, and I saw the potential for this to be what it is now, only a year later. And so you guys know that, like, if you commit to this, if you ride it out for a year and you tell the people in your life, like, listen, I need you to just let me do this, whether it's a spouse or whatever, you know, it will be worth it. It will. And the ones, I truly believe, when I look at like the top coaches and the 6-figure earners and the people who like made it, right? They're living it. The only difference between them and you, or them and me, is that they didn't give up when that voice said, this is too hard. That's it. Because if you do the vital behaviors, you hit Success Club, and you work your business and you just keep moving forward, the way this system is set up, like, it can't help but grow. That's just how it works. So just know that the only difference is that they didn't give up. So if that's something that's you struggle with, those thoughts, just know that everybody does, but it's just the ones that don't give up that make it. So, okay. See, I rambled on a tangent.
I love, like, literally everything you're saying. I'm like, yes. Like, you're amazing. That's like, before I was having technical difficulties, I was taking a ton of notes. Now I'm all flustered. But seriously, thank you so much, because literally everything you just said is so true. And I mean, I know I've heard similar things, but like nothing like kind of like, I don't know, like I've heard similar things in the past, but nothing's like, oh yeah, like that's a different way and a different approach to think about it. Like just I don't even know, everything you said is amazing. So thank you so much. Does anyone else have any questions for Amber before we let her go? Because I know it's getting late.
I just wanted to say I agree with Jessie completely that I've heard some of the stuff, but not said in those ways. And it's just like, oh man, that's so true. And just like everything, I'm like, yes. I always shake my head when I agree with like everything. So usually I'm just sitting here, nodding. But you had some amazing stuff to give, and really thank you so much for being on the call, because I have like pages of notes and stuff to go over now. Thank you, really.
That's so funny, because like that's how I feel about when I get on calls. Like when I would get on my uplines team calls, I'm like, they keep saying the same stuff over, and it really is like really what we do. Like it all comes down to those 4 vital behaviors. Like that's what we do. Like that truly is the key. But sometimes, you just hear it in a different way, and you're like, oh man, like, yes. And that's why, like, I wanted to share with you guys, like, those aha moments that I had from things that I heard, that even still now, a year later, it's like they just keep ringing in my head, and I think it's just the things that connect those things that we do to, like, really why we do it. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes when you put a purpose to it or a reason why, it makes it like, oh, okay, like that, that makes sense. So I hope it was helpful for you guys. And if you have any questions or whatever, like I'm good.
Does anyone have any questions? I have the recording, but some of it was not recorded because I got kicked off. So I'll try and post it for y'all to share with your coaches and your team, your downline or whatever. But if anyone has questions before we let Amber go, anyone? No?
You guys have an awesome coach, so, be thankful for that. Seriously, like you're lucky that you have her to look to, because some coaches don't. Because some coaches don't have coach that leads team calls and gets guest speakers and cares about you guys' success and, is truly doing it. I believe, I see just from her posts, like she's doing everything she expects you guys to do. And that's how I lead my team too. So just know, like, don't take that for granted, because a lot of coaches don't have that. So you guys got awesomeness.
Amber, thank you so much for everything. We really appreciate everything that you shared tonight, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much.
All right, we all have an awesome week.
Good night, everyone.